Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. Welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you are here. So today is the first Thursday of October, and that brings to us hashtag TagsWithTucks, which is an open collaboration as hosted by Scrappy Lolly Paper Co. and Alia Pena. Their links are in the description box below. Make a tag with Tucks, y'all. So that's what we're doing. I had no plans. Well, I knew I wanted to make one. That was my plan, was to make one. And so I went out to the studio gathering up Halloweenage stuff because it's Halloweenage now, y'all. The whole month. Halloweenage. Halloweenisms. I don't know how many of those I'll get done this year, but there we go. So I got out that On the Edge die by Timmy. Oh, there's a list of ingredients in the description below. And I die cut it. It's not long enough to go across the whole end of American size paper, 8x10. So I lined it up as best I could and did it twice, if that makes any sense. And then I measured it against the tag and trimmed it out, and now we are adding texture and colorizations to it using the Crafters Workshop stencil butter. And evidently I also used some of that black mousse. The name of it has totally escaped me because truly I forgot I had even used it. Now I'm going to insert a link to go to a shorts video where the strip of headstones that I made for the tag kit, because you know I make a tag kit to give away once a month, just like all the stuff I used. So that one is actually better. We will consider my tag as the prototype. Okay. Anyway, put some water in it. And so we've got them all trimmed apart, and I thought, you know, it's a little plain looking. It's not exactly super strong feeling. It felt a little flimsy to me. It is cardstock, but still. So I went ahead and did the same thing with a piece of black cardstock, just die cut it, and we're going to put it on the back after we get our glue nozzle cleared out. Been a couple of days since I used it, y'all. Yeah, things are still in the air around here. So anyway, uncloggle your nozzle and put your glue on there, and we're going to line it up more or less as best as we can, and we will have a little bit of black reveal, and it looks like a bit of a shadow. Okay, now I think it can be a little harder to see on video than they are in real life, and as you know, we have the tiny editing screen, so what you're seeing on your big screen might not be the same thing that I'm seeing, okay? So anyway, we've got that glued on there. We're going to do the second piece, and basically the same. I don't know if I show you the whole thing or if I cut some of that away because, you know, it's all about your viewing pleasure and my voiceover ease. And I initially pulled out a lot of sort of cutesy kind of stuff. I have some graphics, fairy digitals that I printed out, and I will use a couple, 3 of those. And yes, I'm going to send that in the kit. Might not supposed to, but let's consider it an exchange of paper. Okay? Anyway, yeah, it's just a couple, 3, something like that. Anywho, that one did not get cut exactly the same as the first one, so we just trimmed it apart and we're making it work. That's all it is to it, you know? All there is to it. So, because, you know, it's prototype, think prototype. I wanted a bit more space between my 2 layers of headstones. So I just made up some more of that little painty paper, and we're just going to use that. I've already pre-measured and mostly figured out where I want to glue it. However, I glue it all down, not giving consideration to future gluings, because we have 3 levels that we're now going to glue on. Okay, now left the bottom open so that the pocket that's, because it's a tuck, the tuck that's actually going to be furthest away is going to be the longest. It'll make sense in a minute. And this one's going on top, which is technically on the bottom. It will appear as the first layer closest to us. That's what it's going to do. And see how I put that glue up there? Don't do that. Don't do that part. Okay? If you're going to make one of these, think about it first. You want your furthest piece in the back before you glue down the sides of your top ones. Okay? Okay. So Ellie Mae is getting put to work. I know. I'm gluing it on there, and we will have to unglue that and squiggle it apart as best we can. And it really, I could have just made a whole other tag and started over, but y'all know me. I'm too headstrong, and once I set my mind to it, that's what I'm doing. This is over a couple of days because things had needed to dry a little bit, and we had things going on in the house and junk like that. So we had to get after that. And this is where we are going to get a palette knife so we can wiggle jiggle underneath there. Fortunately, I didn't use too much glue, just enough. So I know I forgot about the other side. Watch, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. The other side. Now these are just tuck spots. They are not necessarily totally secure pockets. I would take the glue off that bottom part because we want that very back side pocket to be fully open all the way down to the bottom. Well, that's what I wanted. You do yours the way you want to. Okay, you make your tucks the way you want them tucked. Anywho, don't forget about that shorts. It may be more understandable if you want. I don't know. Not right now. Watch this full one and then go see that one. I'll put the link in the description below as well. Anywho, Ellie Mae going to work. Now she's going to go to work for good this time because we definitely want those glued down. Now I got out that die set, Timmy dies there, because I wanted an envelope, depending on how you pronounce it. I typically say envelope. Anyway, that's coffee dyed papers, and it is just a basic copy weight, a decent copy weight paper. And I did a little computer printing, and I don't really remember what it says, but hopefully we can see that in the photo montage. So that's just going to tuck into the envelope, and right now in my mind the envelope's done. We will change it a little bit at the tail end-ish. See, we got 3 little tuck spots because we fouled up. I fouled up a little bit on that painty paper stuff. So I wanted something tall in the background, so I found this skeleton. It is unbranded. I don't know. I actually have a couple skeletons. The other one's a little bit bigger, wider than this one. But this one, when I faux measured with the ruler, I know I used a real ruler. I know it's crazy, isn't it? It seemed like it would work the best. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm going to make a second one because, you know, the TagsWithTucks kit that I put together and give away, random commenter, has the same thing. In general that I used. Okay, you don't have to make a tag exactly like mine, but you can, or not. But you get the same stuff I used. Well, in this case, I'm going to be using some paper dolls later on, and I went back through my entire collection. Okay, that's not true. I did not open up packages. Because I have some bought on clearance and junk. Anyway, I went through my box and could not find the exact ones that I'm using on mine, but you'll get, or whoever wins, the randomized person will get paper dolls for theirs or not. So we're going to cut these guys out, and they're just tall, skinny-ish journaling spots. Let's call them journaling spots. They're decoration, but it's journaling spots should you happen to do that kind of thing. Most of this stuff is journally in general. you can journal on the backs. Okay? Okay. So, one for you, one for me. And I decided that I want to cut my corners, and I'm going to use the upper tag part, you know, the angle, the corner cutter. So I'm just going to use that punch and bunch of little corners. And that's really it on that guy. See, that one's going in the tag kit. It's not a perfect skeleton, but it's okay. You can't see it. Well, I can't see it on my tiny editing screen, but there's some little white embossing on there. So I'm just tapping over it Diddy Dotty style with a black Sharpie, aka magic marker. That's probably a brand name. Anyway, here you come, y'all. Oh, I forgot to say it. And on that stamp set, which is listed below, it has some dies, but I didn't use the dies. I just hand fussy cut everything because, you know, sometimes it's just as easy for me. So I pre-stamped that, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's perfect. And I picked green because it was a green color. It was a scrap over there by the die machine. And I thought, yeah, that's perfect. We're just going green. So that's what I'm doing. One for me, one for randomized. These are easy to cut out, even though there's a die that came with it. Just saying. Yeah, fussy cut. I already said it. I might say it again. You just don't never know, because we got a little more fussy cutting to do. But in hindsight, I need to put a note on there. It says, when cutting the moon, use the die, because it was a little harder to fussy cut. Just saying. I like fussy cut. I find it pleasurable. Well, not too much, because then my hands hurt, but y'all know how that goes. So we're just trimming all this out, and there's, you know, journaling space on the back. Should one do that kind of thing? And I'm sticking them in there, and I'm like, yeah, and I thought, well, it needs something else. So I got the moon. Just look how tiny it is. We're going to stamp it out. And we're going to use gray ink. I used, what, three different colors of ink? Anyway, scrap cardstock, y'all. Stamping it out twice. And then we're going to use the Prisma pencils. I got two different yellows there. In the photos, as I've seen on my tiny editing screen, I know, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact, okay? They don't look yellow. In real life, they look yellowish. Yellowish. Yeah, that kind of thing. So we're just going to pencil those up. So are they perfect? Absolutely not. Are they perfect for this project? Absolutely perfect for this project. Just saying, because it's true. So fussy cut both of them out. Again, not perfect, but fussy cut it anyway. Next time, use the die. I should put a note on it. Should be an operative word. It's probably will never happen that I put a note on it. So where's the moon going? Yep, moon's going on there. I know it's kind of a little small maybe, but that's okay. The randomized person will have better painty headstones, so they can actually put more space between them should they want to do that, should they use them, should anybody actually even be interested. And I was going to make a hole in it. I thought, no, let's put that little notch hole in it instead of a round one. We'll put the notch. What do they call that? A badge punch? I don't know. I'd lie. So here's the paper dolls. They're kind of hard to glue on account of our painty headstones are a bit textury. So give that some consideration on your pockets, because it can be a little cumbersome to get stuff in pockets when it's textury. Okay? So I'm just putting a piece of scrap cardstock behind there to pick up any excess glue, so I don't actually glue my little tuck spot closed, because I don't want to do that. And I'm using little children paper dolls, and that to me put an extreme creep factor on this TagsWithTucks. Just saying, it made it just a little creepy. Okay, yeah, if you think about it. Well, you're not gonna, because of the note that's inside the envelope. Okay. So I thought, well, you know, I have these little Graphics Fairies digitals that I'd already printed out, and I thought, well, let's go ahead and use a couple of them. So I was sticking one on the back of the envelope, just to tuck the envelope tongue in. What do you call it? It's a tongue. And then we put the one on the front, and you did notice I left it as a pocket. Okay, there's the one we made in the shorts video. This is where I'm just showing you what's going to be in the kit, because I don't know, I decided to show you this time for whatever reason. Yeah, pretty much everything I used. The only difference is the actual paper dolls. Actually, you get 2 of the little printed, computer printed doolallers. Same saying. Anywhoops, flip flop time, y'all. That was the front, the back, sides. Starting from the back with our tallest skellerton. And this is a Graphics Fairy image. I liked it. I did some inking on it. You can or not, whatever. Here's our envelope, or envelope, depending on how you pronounce it. And it's got a second little piece of paper in there, totally blank. And that one says whatever it says. Something about join us. And this year, Halloween, y'all, is on a Friday night. Okay. Oh, look at that. How fun is that? It's kind of creepy, but it's so fun. Ta-da! Photo montage. So the pictures aren't necessarily great, but they're pictures nonetheless. Makes me happy. It was very fun to do. I did it over a couple days, you know. I already explained that, sort of. How creepy is that? Oh, and that stamp set that I used with the tarot cards and I don't know. Anyway, it had that in there. I don't know if it actually went with that set, but it was there. So I thought, yeah, that's perfect. What's it say? Join us Friday, October 31st for a spooktacular time. Yeah. Now you see the creep. Now you see the creep factor of it, I think. Or maybe it's just me, because, you know, could just me a little creeped out. Not necessarily. I don't know. Anyway, be sure to check out Alia and Lolly. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy arting, y'all. Boo.